Hello, brothers and sisters, and welcome to the Podcast Wrestling Society. We're the only podcast that is about to get on with the strapation, dude. I'm your loving leader, benevolent host, Midwest Monster, and your official strap master, Troy Adams. And with me today to go over a great day in wrestle crap history. When I saw him rolling by in the slow-rolling casket, brothers, I heard him whisper one word, Yapapa. And I knew it had to be a Yapapa Indian strap match, brother. He is the second half of this mega-powered team. Greg. What up, Greg?
What's up?
Probably one of my favorite Hulk Hogan promos of all time.
Oh, man. That was... Yeah.
We're not covering that event, but we are covering an event where Hulk Hogan was in a strap match, though. So,
man,
comes full circle.
Yep.
Nothing screams ratings like Hulk Hogan in a Yapapa Indian strap match.
Can we first talk about what the hell a Yapapa Indian strap is?
I'm not even entirely sure what a Yapapa Indian is, and why do they use straps? Like, wouldn't you think, I think Yapapa is a certain kind of, like, Native American tribe, I would assume, but do they use straps on each other? And if so, why were the straps in this match just, basically his weight belt?
Yeah.
It just like...
still don't get it.
No bit of it made sense. And his promos were freaking brutal. It's just brutal. And I love Hulk Hogan promos, man, but holy crap. And, you're only as good as the material they give you. But, wow. Speaking of the material they give you, today we are covering WCW Uncensored 1995 because we love punishing ourselves.
Just hearing the name of the pay-per-view makes me laugh.
Unsanctioned, unauthorized, unbelievable. That was the tagline, by the way. Uncensored.
Oh, man.
This was the first
and
ever...
Yet there is so much sanction.
Yeah, they can't bleed. That was one big thing. No blood. By the way, anything goes.
No blood. Anything goes. It's uncensored, but no blood. Gotta put that out there. Twice. No blood. 3 people got crap canned. I'll censor it. I'll censor myself on an uncensored show. 3 people got canned for blading on this. Well, 2 people got canned for blading. 1 person got canned for telling them to blade. And that was a huge loss, too.
Yeah. Well, especially losing the Blacktop Bully. How do you recover from that? Like, he was going to go on the next month to take on the world champ, right? I mean, I can only assume. We'll get to why here in a minute. First of all, this show is destined for greatness when it comes to you live from the Tupelo Coliseum in Tupelo, Mississippi. No offense to any of our... if we have any Mississippi listeners, no offense, but holy crap. I mean, it's not like it's Dayton or something.
Dayton with destiny.
If it was Dayton, it might have been a success. You want to know what the total attendance for this show was, Greg?
4.
No. 5,000.
I'm sorry, did I overdo it?
Yeah, 5,782.
Wow.
They couldn't even hit...
That's a lot.
Yeah, they couldn't even hit 5 figures. What the hell? That's...
Well, people probably, thought it was going to be too brutal. It was uncensored.
Oh, they couldn't handle it. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, they drove too many people from Tupelo back to, their ECW shows where it was more tame.
Yeah, right. Oh, my God.
Check this out. There were actually 2 pre-show matches. The first one was Alex Wright defeating Mark Starr. That match lasted for 2 minutes, 44 seconds. So that was a barn burner. The second one was even better.
Wait, I said sarcasm in that.
Oh, no, never. The second one, Steve Austin defeated Tim Horner. If any of you listen to the Jim Cornette podcast, you will know plenty about Tim Horner and why Jim Cornette hates him. Shocker, I know. But that match lasted for a minute and a half. So
that's a minute and 29 seconds too long.
It was actually a minute 27 seconds, and it just it tore the house down. I didn't see it, but I can imagine it in my mind. Steve Austin versus Tim Horner, just a minute 27 seconds, just bell to bell, nonstop action.
Total nonstop action.
Or total nonstop awesome. So there's.
Let's not.
Oh man, thank you for that, Joey Styles. I have to point out something else about this event. If you look at the cover of it was VHS back then. For if we have any young listeners that don't know what a VHS is, first of all, what the hell are you doing with yourselves? Just throw it into your Google machine. Look it up, man. I can't even explain what a VHS is to young people. I'm only 27. How
you're making me feel my age again, dude. Will you just shut the hell up, please?
I saw a video the other day of these young kids. They look like they were about 12 and 10. Their parents handed them cassette tapes, and they didn't know what the hell to do with them. They were holding them up to their ears, waiting for sound to come out of them. I'm like, what the hell?
Okay.
I still own cassette tapes. I mean, I don't have anything to play them in, but I still have them. But anyway, the cover of the VHS tape here has all WWF guys on it. Hogan is front and center, and to one side of him is Macho Man, and the other side is Avalanche, a.k.a. Earthquake.
I got to point out, by the way, this is the last ever event for Avalanche.
Well, yeah, because after this, he became the historic character known as the Shark. Because, if you're going to go from Avalanche to something, you might as well go with the Shark.
Yeah, snow to water. I don't, what are you talking about? What's so bad about that?
Not that this would have been much better, but at least go with, the killer whale or something. I don't know. Better than the frickin' Shark. That didn't even make any, even kind of make sense.
What are you talking about? He painted the teeth on the side of his face, and he made that weird sound.
Oh, well, that makes it a lot better.
Out like Shark Boy does, with the hand on his forehead like a fin. He was the original guy to do that, and then he started having his hand, and he used his left hand to grip his forearm to make a fin.
So wait a second.
This is money, man.
Are you telling me that we have John Tenta to blame for Shark Boy?
I think so.
Oh, man. They even had the same color scheme, if you remember.
I do.
Oh, man. He probably is to blame. Hey, who loved that gimmick so much that they're like, you know what? I'm going to rip it off.
Hey, he kicked a lot of bass in his day, man.
Oh, Shell, yeah. Well, the opening of the show, they're really playing up this whole uncensored thing. I even laughed during the opening package.
Wait, why would you laugh at anything about this event? I don't.
You know what? You're right. I don't know. You're right. But no, I laughed during the opening package because it consisted of a lot of people telling the camera to either get out of my face or get out of here. So.
Uncensored.
Get out of my face! Okay. Uncensored means the camera is where it's not supposed to be. Like on a WCW ring. Oh. Burn!
You went there.
Yep. And they make mention in the opening, intro of the show, about Hulk Hogan's ultimate surprise that will be with him at ringside tonight, and it's the Renegade.
Yeah, because it's not even Jimmy Hart. I think, if I remember right, he was kidnapped before.
Yeah, he was beaten up or whatever.
By Vader and Flair.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get to Flair. That's that's a whole new something.
Yes, we will.
Well,
I'm sorry.
The event opens.
Oh my god.
Oh, by the way, I forgot one
of the pre-show matches. There were actually 3, because, how can I leave this one out? It was a tag team match. It was Stars and Stripes, which was Marcus Alexander Bagwell, a.k.a. Buff Bagwell, and The Patriot, which I didn't even know he was ever signed to WCW. They defeated the team of Dick Slater and Bunkhouse Buck.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, the show officially opens up with the King of the Road match, the Blacktop Bully versus the Natural Dustin Rhodes. They're literally going down the road on the back of a flatbed truck covered with hay, surrounded by some like chicken wire fence. And the point was you have to climb the side of the fence cage thingy and blow the truck horn. And the cage was only about, what would you say, about 6 foot tall, maybe 6'5". I'd say about...
Yeah, because they were able to like hold their arms up and grab onto it and stuff. So yeah, it was definitely
I'd say it was
right
about,
there by their head.
Yeah, so I'd say about 6'5", because Dustin's, a tall dude. And yeah, so this sounds a lot easier of a way to win than they made it out to be, because this match went on for, well, it doesn't have an official time clocked in here. I don't know why, but it went on for what seemed like an eternity. Bobby Heenan during the match said, "The back of that truck has got to smell like Dusty Rhodes' living room." He was just taking a crap on the Rhodes family throughout this whole match. There were you'll notice if you ever watch the match, which I would advise you not to, but there are lighting effects going on throughout the match, like they'll darken the lighting out of nowhere. It's to hide the blood, because they had a no blood policy at this time. And they had a couple times where the camera would, like the signal would look like it's messing up, and they kept saying, "Oh, well, there's microwave interference." I don't know why.
Because there's always a microwave on the back of a pickup truck.
Well, exactly. Why would it's inside the cab of the truck. The guy driving got a little hungry, decided to microwave himself a Hot Pocket. This match was a Hot Pocket.
It was hot something, I'll say.
Hot garbage. Yeah, this was something that went on for quite a while. They had a helicopter with a camera strapped to it following this semi. Think about the logistics of this match. They had to rent a flatbed truck with all of this bullcrap on it. They had to rent a helicopter and strap a camera to it. They had a car driving beside the truck with a camera on it. And they had to shut down the street that they were on, which, by the way, was not in Tupelo, Mississippi. I think they said it was back in like Charlotte, North Carolina or something in that area. It was not even in the same state. So think about the money they spent on this abortion. I
liked it. That was a great match.
Oh, it was, the 5 stars. Just, wow. The best part about this was when Blacktop Bully finally blows the horn and he wins the damn thing. We switch back to the arena where they set off all this pyro like he just won the Royal Rumble. And I thought, what the hell is going on here? He didn't even, he won for, there wasn't like a prize. He just won.
The prize was finally over. Put us all out of our misery.
Oh, thank God. The next match was dubbed a martial arts match between Meng and with Colonel Robert Parker, which, man, they gave Colonel Robert Parker the weirdest freaking clients ever.
I know.
Jim Cornette said that was...
At one point he had Harlem Heat, remember?
Yeah, I know, right? Jim Cornette said that was almost his gimmick, because he said Ric Flair, when the first time he went to WWF, he told Jimmy, he was like, "You need to come with me." He was like, "You be my manager. You can be the Kentucky Colonel." And he wanted him to be like basically Colonel Sanders, and he wanted that gimmick. And Jimmy was like, tempting, but no thanks. And he said, so he was like, well, he got his Kentucky Colonel. Poor Robert Parker, a.k.a. Tennessee Lee.
I'm trying to figure out at what point Jim Duggan never knew martial arts.
Yeah, I'll get to him in a second. Everybody, for the record, Meng is Tongan, okay? He looked like the Great Muta. He came out to some Japanese-sounding music. They basically made it seem like he was Japanese, and he was a martial artist, and he's wearing what looked like Mr. Fuji's Demolition face paint.
I don't think I've ever heard anything in wrestling of them making like an Islander guy a Japanese wrestler. They've never done that before.
No, yeah, just there was never one of those guys. There was never anything like that held the WWF title. Never.
Never. No.
On a show that involved Hulk Hogan. But yeah, they do that, and then Jim Duggan comes out looking dumber than usual.
That's a statement,
right? He's wearing a headband, a weird kind of like black muscle shirt type deal, blue jeans, because you always wear blue jeans when you're in a martial arts fight, black boots, and he had American flag knee pads, and he like randomly wrapped tape around one of his legs and then one of his arms, or no, he had it on both arms. That's right, like almost like wrist to elbow almost. It was freaking weird. I'm like, what karate movies are you watching, dude? He looked like he was about to take out Ralph Macchio behind the school or something. But he comes to the ring. The referee for this fight was Sonny Ono. If any of you remember him, he sued WCW for racial profiling or racism. But this was manager Sonny Ono. At this point, they were just billing him as like a martial arts expert, whatever. But he was the special guest referee for this martial arts match. Jim Duggan seems like he just doesn't understand what the hell is going on. I know, shocker. But he keeps like Sonny Ono keeps trying to tell him, you got to come in the center of the ring, bow to each other, whatever. And he's just like, get off my back, get off my back. And then he goes around the ring, ho, USA, USA. Just like stalling for like 5 minutes. He acts like he just doesn't get it. And he's like playing a total heel because he's being a dick to the referee who's done like nothing to him. And here's a gripe of mine. They kept calling him Meng.
A couple times, I think probably he didn't call him Haku.
Did he? I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I just kept hearing.
Yeah, like twice.
Wow. Well, I just kept hearing them say Meng over and over. I'm like, it's not Meng like freaking Flash Gordon. It's Meng with an E. Like, holy hell. At one point during the match, like, Meng is just, like, whooping his ass. Duggan takes off his boot and smacks Meng in the face with it. And the commentators excuse this by saying, oh, well, he can't be disqualified because there are no rules. It's uncensored. And I'm like,
uncensored. Man, come on.
Then I'm like, what the hell is the point of calling this a martial arts match? There's no rules. Essentially, he could drop Trow, bend him over the top rope, and just take advantage of him.
And it would show it because it's uncensored.
But no blood. You can show man-on-man sodomy, but you cannot show, blood. That's a no-no. But Duggan, was it just me or was Duggan playing the heel here? He's like yelling at the ref. He's beating Meng with his boot for no reason. But he's supposed to be this huge baby face just because he makes the crowd chant USA.
Yes.
Where's bad? I don't get. But the match.
I'm saying.
The match finally mercifully ends with Duggan, Colonel Rob Parker gets up on the apron and grabs his arm, and then Sonny Ono grabs his other arm trying to pull him back in the ring. So he's held there, and then Meng just nails him with a kick, and then he pins him. I'm like, holy crap. Thank God.
Just end it. End it now. Take my life.
Right. Oh, man. I just... yeah. So that went on way too damn long. So, as this event did. But the next match after that... I don't know why they kept doing these, special, quote-unquote specialty matches. Where it's it's uncensored. We got to do these stupid match types. Man. Yeah, because stupid reigns supreme, I guess. It was a boxer versus wrestler match,
And yes, it sounds just as bad as it was.
I take offense to that. This match was amazing.
Oh, yeah. Because I was like, boxer versus wrestler. I was like, what boxer did they bring in? It wasn't really a boxer. It was Johnny B.
He is a boxer. He's Golden Glove. Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. The wild man himself, Johnny B. Bad versus Arn Anderson.
Mixing up gimmicks there.
Yeah. The wild man, Mark Marrow, Johnny B. Bad, whatever the hell. Yeah, that was just, that was something else. This match.
Oh, it was freaking epic, man.
They had rounds like an actual boxing match, and freaking Johnny B. Bad had a like a trainer with him that tried to look like Mick from the frickin' Rocky movies.
Yep.
I don't know who the hell this guy was, and Johnny B. Bad won the match with, like, he had his gloves cut off of him, and Arn Anderson was not wearing gloves, by the way. He was the wrestler in this, and no disrespect to Arn, but holy crap, this was bad. Johnny's trainer puts a bucket over Arn Anderson's head. Johnny punches it and knocks him out and then pins him. Uncensored.
So here's one of my things too about that. Something WCW did a lot. I think Johnny B. Bad was the champ, right?
No, Arn was the champ.
Arn was. Well, yeah, but either way, there was no title on the line, and there was a champion in the match.
Yeah. So
they're like a little notorious for that.
Yeah. What the hell? It's like and it was the TV. I realized it was pay-per-view, so he didn't have to defend it, but the TV champ is like, the point of that title is you defend it every time you're on camera, basically.
Yeah.
So I was dumb. But
no, it was amazing somehow.
Oh, yeah. Well, this
whole pay-per-view was just so good.
Shut up. Yeah, that's why we're reviewing it right now. That's why when I texted it to you, you were like, yes, let's do that one.
It's so terrible, dude.
You know what I told you earlier about no disqualifications, anything goes? Well, that brings us to Randy Savage versus the Avalanche. Where Randy Savage won via disqualification. How about that?
Yeah.
They just
this match was like terrible. Like, Macho Man's really great. And
I'm a fan of John Tenta's work for the most part, but this was just like, I mean, it was okay. Not great. Definitely not one of them that you'd put on, the Macho Man DVD box set.
Can we talk about the
oh, we'll get to it.
Interference?
Yeah, we'll get to it.
My favorite part of the match.
Well, Randy Savage basically got his ass kicked by Avalanche throughout most of this match. And then Randy finally started making a comeback. They go out of the ring, and he gets tackled by a woman. Wait a minute, that's not a woman. That's a man, baby.
It was a fan.
Yeah, it was a fan out of the crowd. It was a woman who was clearly. All I could think of was, that's not a woman. That's a man, baby. It was
Vito.
Yeah, it was none other than Ric Flair in drag, complete with eyeshadow and I believe fake eyelashes. Not making it up.
Arguably the greatest wrestler in history in drag.
He had like the whole outfit on. He looked like he was ready for a night out on the town with his girlfriends. And he had this huge curly black wig. Just mother of God. And they're like, a fan is jumping Randy Savage. What's going on here? But the ref isn't going to break it up because it's uncensored. It's like, oh, well, then that should have just given just given the sign. You know what? You don't like what's going on? Just jump the rail, damn it. Because why not? It's uncensored.
That's a great precedent, by the way.
I know. Yeah, it's just so freaking, so much bad. But then he just comes out, beats the crap out of Macho Man, and then Hulk Hogan comes down, and apparently Hulk Hogan by himself scares off a fresh as a daisy Ric Flair and a still standing Avalanche. Like, I get it. It's Hulk Hogan. What the F? Just like, what the F?
Oh, man.
Here's what Wikipedia says about it. Despite the event being billed as no rules, the Avalanche was disqualified in this match against Randy Savage after a, quote, fan attacked Savage. The fan turned out to be Ric Flair dressed like a woman. Oh, gosh. And then we move on to, let's see, the Falls Count Anywhere Texas Tornado Tag Team match. Man, that's a mouthful.
Oh, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, right. It was the Nasty Boys versus Harlem Heat with Sister Sherry.
Going back to what I just said, by the way, there were champions of the match, and there were no titles on the line.
Yeah, Harlem Heat came in. Well, because you got to beat the champs without making them drop the belts. That's how it's done, Greg. Just like in WWE, they abuse the hell out of multi-person matches so you don't have to pin the top guy. But
yes, Clash of Champions 2017.
Yeah, that it's going to happen. It ended up in the concession stands where the participants attacked each other with, not making this up, cotton candy, soft drinks, and other nearby objects. Harlem Heat's WCW Tag Team Championships were not on the line, as Greg mentioned earlier. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, we completely skipped over the greatness that was this throwaway match that lasted for almost 14 minutes. Big Bubba Rogers versus Sting.
Yeah, I love that Sting is in a throwaway match.
Yeah, against Big Bubba.
At the time, maybe the number 3 most popular wrestler on the planet.
And up until about this time period, well, I'd say, because this was after he came back from his first WWF run, right?
Bubba?
Yeah, Big Bubba.
About, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He had turned heel. He came back. He was the guardian angel for a minute, and then he turned into Big Bubba.
Yeah, is that why he was wearing the stupid, like, all red with the damn beret?
Yeah, he was the angel, or she was the boss. And then I guess there was a lawsuit.
Shocker.
The guardian angel.
Yeah.
And he turned heel and became Big Bubba, who he was before.
Yeah, because they were talking up in the video package leading up to this. He maintained law and order in the WCW. And I'm like, since when? Like, oh, look, you got a perfectly good gimmick here in WCW, but we really want to rip off what WWF did with you, so we're going to do that. Just holy hell. But yeah, so Big Bubba comes out as Big Bubba this time. He's back in his old former bodyguard attire, you know, the whole suit, the aviator shades, the fedora, all that good stuff. But he doesn't have his old theme. Yeah, this is definitely not the Big Bubba of his previous run in WCW. He was fairly over his first time around. He was fairly over in WWF. He's not so much here.
No one cared.
And he beat Sting. He beat him. Did I already say that he beat Sting? Because he beat Sting.
Yeah. I know.
Pay-per-view is freaking weird, man. But yeah, we finally get to the main event here. It's Hulk Hogan with the ultimate surprise of the Renegade in his corner.
Yeah.
He took on Vader with Ric Flair in his corner. Ric Flair was not dressed in drag for this. It was yeah, right. It was a leather strap match.
I remember going into this. It was like what, 11, and I thought it was the Ultimate Warrior for sure.
Everybody and their brother did, and then he brings out this dude who looks like he's cosplaying as the Ultimate Warrior for Comic-Con. But he didn't. But he didn't quite know how to draw the symbol on his face, so he just drew an R and said "F it."
And he kind of came out looking like I can't describe it, man. He was like trying to move like the Warrior, but he's going more so left and right.
Yeah.
Like, what do I do? What do I do? It's like
He was on drugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this match was just a cluster from the beginning. Before the pay-per-view, Hulk Hogan's manager, Jimmy Hart, was supposedly kidnapped, tied up in an undisclosed location by Vader and Flair. Because, when you're Vader, you just can't risk the Mouth of the South being at ringside. But during the match, Hart escaped, and he joined the Renegade at ringside. By God, he got free! And during the match, a masked man appeared and attacked the Renegade before returning to the back. Who am that masked man, by the way, Greg?
I think it turned out to be, let's pick a name. We'll just say Brutus Beefcake.
Oh, my gosh. You mean the Butcher?
I think this is when he became the Butcher, yes.
This was the year of the let's get sued by WWF gimmicks.
Yep.
Mother of God.
Oh, man. I also need to point out, once again, no title on the line in this match.
Hogan was a champ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Well, and they could have put the title on the line because he won. So what the hell? But
I don't know.
Not one single title was on the line this whole show. I'm just going to throw that out there. Not one.
Well, you don't want your title changed your hands on a show that's completely crazy with anything happening because it's all uncensored,
Yeah, can't risk changing the title on that kind of atmosphere. It's got to be sanctioned rules here. Hogan was given the win over Vader when he dragged and interfered. He was supposed to drag Vader from all four, but he didn't. I think I don't know if he forgot the rules and he was like, oh yeah. But he knocked out Ric Flair when he tried to interfere, and he grabbed Flair and dragged him around to all four. Why? Flair's not in the match. Well, it's uncensored, I guess. He can do what the hell ever. After the match, the masked man appeared again, seemingly siding with Vader and Flair before unmasking to reveal himself as Randy Savage and embracing Hogan.
This is not the Butcher yet.
Yeah.
This comes late. They do the mask thing 3 times this year, by the way.
Of course they do, because if there's one thing WCW knows how to do, it's beat a dead horse.
I forgot they do it later. He reveals himself. And yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
But he unmasks. It's Savage.
Or it happened already.
Yeah.
It happened already. They headlined Starrcade 94. That's right. So this was the second time.
Oh, well, it worked so fantastically the first time because everybody remembers the main event of Starrcade 94.
Oh, my God.
But he unmasks. It's Macho Man. First name Macho, last name Man. Oh, yeah, freak out. Dig it. But anyway, then he hugs Hogan, Renegade, and Hart. They're one big happy family. Then Savage had tied up the first masked man backstage, who was then revealed to be Arn Anderson. Hogan's WCW World Heavyweight Championship was not on the line in this match.
I just want to point out something I always wondered. So, Arn comes out as a masked guy. He goes backstage, gets beat up by Macho Man.
And then
why?
And then Macho Man just throws on his gear and is like, I'm going out there now, brother.
Oh, my God, this is bad.
Give me those undies, too, brother.
Even Rick Russo was laughing at this one, man.
Yeah, this made all the casual fans go bye-bye, and now the only people that watch the show are children and marks.
Well, keep in mind that their competition that month was WrestleMania 11. So, which favorite did you choose?
Well, so against WrestleMania 11, they put out this, I can't even call it a shined-up turd. It's just a turd.
Yeah.
Holy hell on wheels. Well, that was a big poop.
God, his pay-per-view sucked.
Thanks for making me watch it, Greg.
Is it weird? You know, right? Is it weird I really wanted to review this?
A little bit. We're just putting out there, this will not be the only Uncensored that we will review in the future, by the way. So just...
spoiler alert, except for 97, they all suck.
Oh, how dare you? That was a national institution.
I'm sorry.
Should be ashamed. I would say thank you for joining me today, Greg, but it's just like, this was bad.
Yeah, and I am ashamed.
We hope you all had some kicks and gigs out of this, but yeah, we'll join you.
I'm gonna roll up in bed in the fetal position and just cry for remembering this right now. So
and go sit in the shower and rock back and forth, sucking your thumb. But all right,
I do this myself.
No clue. Thanks for joining us.
I believe putting this pay-per-view on a TV in front of someone strapped to a chair is how North Korea gets information out of prisoners.
Oh my gosh. Well, to all of you, thank you for joining us here on this podcast, Wrestling Extra. We'll join you next time with some more wrestle crap. Sayonara.
Later.